Alright guys, so we're back here working on the XP 1000. I've gone ahead and disassembled one side of the front and got the CV out in preparation for pulling that front differential out of there. So I'll go ahead and give you a little close-up of how I did that, and then I'm going to put the hat cam on and do the other side, and you guys can watch me in time lapse. And then I'll stop in important parts. So obviously we disassemble the rotor and the nut just like you saw in the rear. We pop the rear ball joint off. We take the shock out and then the tie rod. And that allows us to move everything enough to pop the CV out of there. And I got super lucky on this leaky side where the bar and the CV just came right out. We didn't have to fight it, so we're going to hope we get that lucky on the other side. We're going to hope. So I'll see you right in a second here when I get the hat cam turned on, and we'll go after this other side. Alright guys, we're here on the other side. I'm going to get after it, and I'll tell you important stuff. Cotter pin. We'll let that build up, I guess. Try again. .15's in the back here for the brake caliper, just like the rear. Okay. Break them loose by hand first, and then the electric ratchet. You don't want to break it. Shock bolt 15. Okay, now that's loose. I'm going to steal the bungee from the other side. Okay. Go. Now that's hung up out of the way. Okay. Tie rod. Let's try this axle nut again now. Okay. That one's tight, so we're going to have to hook this up to this guy. Something like this. And then bring this in here and hold against it like this, see? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it in there, but I'm going to bind it up against that. And now try it. There are better ways to do this. I could have done both sides at the same time, had somebody hold the brakes, or had it in four-wheel drive. It's too late to do those things, so we'll just try this way. There we go. She's loosening now. Here we go. Yeah, there's no way that poor Harbor Freight Impact was going to do that. It gets too much dirt in it. Okay. Just like that. Just like the rear. So that's ready. Now we got to loosen up the tie rod and the lower ball joint. And those are both lower ball joint is 15 and this is an 18. We'll do this first. Now because I'm trying to save this tie rod and there's not actually anything wrong with it and we're not replacing it, I'm going to loosen this up with a wrench, not an impact, because an impact, what can happen as soon as that nut backs off just a little bit, it's a nylock. So then what's going to happen is it's going to spin this tie rod on the inside and add unnecessary wear, possibly destroying it, and then you're replacing it and aligning it. So the way I do is I get it loose, and then we're going to apply some pressure to it with the bar, and that'll let us get the nut all the way off. Okay, yeah, this side's going to be a pain in the. We got to bring this back here, pivot it all the way over, like this. Now I'll give it the crack. There we go. This should go now. I'm going the wrong way. I'm gonna cut that out. There we go. If you go the right way, it helps. Okay, so now, if that whole stud is spinning, it's not yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep down pressure on it. And it might not spin. Okay, yeah, we're getting lucky. It's staying put. This is the way you want it. Because now we can work it out and then just tap this and it'll pop right out. Okay, now that that's off, we can just hit it like this. Might have to grab a metal. Oh, there we go. Now this guy down here, 14 or 15 millimeter. Wrench there. Ratchet here. Oh, we gotta turn it. There we go. There we go. Okay. You son of a gun. Okay. Okay, now that's out, so it's going to pull out like that. Okay, so now that ball joint stud has a notch in it where that bolt goes through. So now this might need some taps, maybe some prying, but this should come apart now. I'm just going to go right with this, put it in here real nice and gentle like. Just like that. Sometimes you got to lift it, get it back at a normal angle. You got to remember we're on full extension, so things can bind. There we go. Just wiggled out for me. Now I can separate these two. I just want to spin this out and then work this out like this. Now I can let that droop. Now I can take our pry bar here, real nice and gentle like, and we're going to bring it in on an angle where we can get this right in there. So I'm going to come in from back here like this. Try not to get near that wire. That brake line is fine. Oh no, we're going to get near that wire. Nope. I don't think we're going to get it from here. We could try. Let's just see. We might get lucky. Let's move this over here. We'll just go from the top real gentle. You don't want to crack the case. Oh yeah, there we go. See, real gentle, and we got so lucky. Sometimes these Polaris CVs can be an absolute bear. I'll show you the ring that's in here. it can get stuck in the differential and you can destroy shit trying to get it apart. So there we go. So this clip right here, that clip expands once you get it into, if you can see in there, there's a gland, and that's where this clip sits. And a lot of times on high mileage Polaris four-wheelers and side-by-sides, that gets stuck in there and you're destroying everything. So we got lucky. Okay, next step for me now is I've got to get the winch unbolted. As you see, I pulled out some cable so that way it has somewhere to go. I got to get the winch unbolted. There's 4 bolts and then the power cable on the other side. And then the plate for that needs to come out. You can see the bolts here and down here. And then once that's out, I gotta take this wire, get it out of the loom, unplug it, and then there's 4 bolts that go from the underneath, and then the diff will come up and out of here. So I'm gonna shut this down and get the, I don't have the sockets for this or the wire, and I will come back to you when I get all prepared. We're back. I've got the necessary sockets. We'll get this winch out of here, loose at least. So this is the front diff plug-in right here. Yeah, okay. Make sure I didn't need to turn the 4-wheel drive in or out. I don't think so. Okay, so that's unplugged now. Now I'm going to go over to the other side, get the rest of those winch bolts. Now also there's a roll pin in the front drive shaft yoke up here that I'm going to have to punch out as well before the diff comes out. Okay, now that's loose. Decide what side we're going to pull it out. I think... I think I'm going to just go the other side because I got the shock pulled up and out of the way. Let's do that. We're going to need this. Okay. Just like that, hanging out of the way. Now this plate comes out. It's 15s, looks like. Yep. There we go. Another one right here. Okay. I think the ratchet can do those now. These are carriage bolts. It's captured on the other side. I'll show you. Just like that. Like that. Okay, other side. Wiggle that, push it. Okay. Try the back one. Okay. There we go. Beat it with your wrench. Let's check this one now. It's still stiff. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go grab something else here real quick. There we go. Something soft that won't hurt the threads. Just beat it like it owes you money. Okay, let's beat this one. It's this guy here, because this needs to go up. We'll get it. Come on, baby. I should have had my hammer. Okay, I need my hammer. We gotta go get it. Just the mallet. There we go. There we go. That bolt does not want to come out of there. It's angry. There we go. There we go. Now I got her. There we go. So now this plate will come out. Not easily, but it'll come out. There we go. Just like that. We'll go over there now and collect it. Okay. I just glide her out. Watching the brake on. There we go. Winch plate out. So now we also have a vent hose right there we got to pop off. I'm going to go over to the other side and try to pull. There we go, got it. There we go. Vent tube off. So now there should be 15 millimeters going into the bottom, but before I do that, I have to get in here and punch out that roll pin. In order to do that, I gotta get in, turn the key, and put it in neutral so I can spin the front drive shaft. Let's try that now. That's neutral. I got the tires chalked, obviously. If I can get that in there right here. I need it to come down just a hair. Doesn't want to though. Oh, there we go. I think that's gonna do the trick. Let me put it back in park now. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stop this here and I'll bring it back when I have the punch and everything ready to go. Hey guys, so we're back here with the machine. The diff rebuild kit I got in the mail was the wrong one. So we've got a seal here. We're just going to replace the seal. I've kind of gone in here and, you know, it seems fine. It doesn't seem like that bearing is loud, noisy, or whopped out. We weren't hearing any noises. We just had leaky seals. I just figured if we were going to go into it, we might as well just go into it for maintenance sake. But we don't want to wait any longer and have this machine here for another 2 to 3 weeks waiting on the right rebuild kit. So we're going to pop a new seal in. I'll show you how to do that. It's really simple. I'm going to do a little preventative measure here. I got this rack here just to collect some crap. I've got some 320 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to very lightly hit this chamfered edge right here. Just make sure there's no sharp burrs. That way it doesn't tear the inner part of the seal when we put the new one in. So I'm not trying to really sand like the surface where the seal rides. I'm just trying to get that edge. Just kind of like that, and we can spin it. Okay, yeah, I can absolutely feel some spots where the last person changed the seal and they nicked it a little bit. So I bet you that's why this last seal leaked again. So I'm going to go in here just a little bit deeper, like this. That's a lot better already. It's a lot better. Okay, that should be smooth enough. It shouldn't tear that next seal now. So I'm going to get this in there and get any of that sanding stuff cleaned up. One more time here. Okay, so our new seal's right here. Just like our old one. So to start out with, we're just going to, actually what I should do is have some oil on this. It's not leaking enough now. Let's walk into the shop and get a dip of oil. Get a little oil on that, just like that. Now it won't be dry going in. Okay, so we're gonna very evenly slide this on there. Oh, I mean, it's like butter. I can almost do it by hand. Just like that. Okay, so pop that other side out. That's okay. It's supposed to be tight by design. There we go. Okay. Now I've got it started. I forgot a hammer. Just my rubber dead blow is all I need. And we're going to take a big old socket that's about the same size. Pretty close. Not perfect, but I don't want it to hit the case either, so. This is a 36 mil. This is an axle nut for a lot of cars. Okay. Just a little tap tap like that. See, it's kind of seating, but it's going to want to come out over here. So we got to come up top now then like this. And then tap around the bottom. Pretty good there, pretty good there. We're going to do a little tapping over here. That's looking pretty good. Okay, nope, we need to go in a little bit more over here. We're down in really good over here. Down here we need a little more area. So we're gonna put it on there and give it a little tap towards the bottom area here. Okay, I'm still not getting it all the way in down here. Just like that. Nope, see, so because I've got a recess here where it's seated up here, but it's not seated down here. Oh, it's getting better though. Okay, so we're gonna focus on tapping right there. I think I'm gonna change hands. Ow, ow, ow. I pinched my finger. Ouch, ouch. Okay. Okay. Yep, we gotta get more in over here still. Ouch, that hurt my finger. There's not a lot of room here to do this. I need to get the bungee cord and tie this arm up maybe, huh? Let's try that. Oh, taking 2 times what it should because I didn't have everything prepared, darn it. Just like this. Okay. Okay. Maybe that'll give us more room. Let's get in here like this. Okay. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, she's recessed all the way in. Let's say she's good. This seal back here is good. That seal over there was good. I already got all that put back together, so that way it didn't take 20 years on camera. Okay, yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Looks like it's in recessed all the way. Much better than the old one was. When I pulled the old one out, it was flush. So we don't think it was seated all the way, and that could have been the whole reason that it was leaking. So this should be better. I'm going to go ahead and start getting this put back together now. First thing is the CV. Go ahead and wipe this all off. Okay. Sneak this guy in. Now you gotta take your time with these too. You gotta get the splines lined up, and then once you do that, you'll feel it start to go in, but then that little pin is going to kind of stop you. So get the spline start. There we go. See? Now you just kind of get your finger up in there and get the ring Ready? And then you just kind of give it a push. Oh, nope. Okay, don't pull it out like that. Okay, like that. Look up. Boom, just like that. In. Okay. Okay, now we can untie this. I'm getting a call, of course. Always when I'm in the middle of something. Benson. Let's see what the boy's up to. Benson. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm outside wrenching you. Actually, this call is on film right now. I'm currently recording. I mean, they can't hear you, but I have my hat cam going on with the GoPro, and then I have my headphones on for my phone. Come on down. I'm gonna get back to busy here. Alright, cool. I'll talk to you in an hour. Alright, see ya. My brother from another mother coming on down for the weekend for a day or so. Okay, where are we at here? Okay, so we got to get this lower ball joint back together now. Here's our bolt. Alright, lift it up like so. Line it up. Just like that. Get the post in there. And then there's a notch in that ball joint post. We're going to slide that down. Tap this in until, yeah, right there. We can see all the way through. Boom. Bolt. These are 15 mil, if you remember. So we put a wrench on one side, we'll put a ratchet on the other side. Okay. There we go. Very good. We can do the tie rod. And that's at 18. Remember, I use a wrench on this, so that way I don't overspin the ball joint that is the tie rod. Yeah, so she's definitely being picky. We gotta get like some pressure on it like this. There we go. See, she's tightening up. Now I could get to a point where it's going to want to spin the whole ball joint and not tighten the nut, possibly. And if it does, we'll just have to apply pressure on it like when we took it apart. But I don't think so. She's tightening right up. Yep, here we go. Okay. One more. There we go. Tie rod on. Now we can get the hub and disc back on. Just like that. I kind of like to lift it up so that way the CV's not on such a crazy angle when I push this in like that. And then it doesn't try to pull the back of the CV in crooked. And then once you get your nut pretty much well on there, you can let it back down. So I'm going to snug this up the best I can like this. And then once I get the brakes back, I'm going to have somebody come out and help me, and they'll press on the brakes while I tighten these up. Just like that. Okay, now our brake caliper. Oh, we gotta put the shock back. I was like, what did I forget here? Okay, saw extra bolt. Generally don't want to see extra bolts. Okay, 15 mil. Okay. This ain't very long, so I'll just use a handful. Another call. Around 1. 12:45, 1. Yep. Okay, sounds good. Alright, see ya. Okay. Alright, see ya. How's a guy supposed to get anything done around here? Shock bolts, sorry. I'm losing you. There you go. Okay. Alright. Here we go. We are all together other than hitting the brakes and tightening these nuts. So, I don't really think I need to show you that or show you putting the wheels back on. So maybe we'll just, I'll come back to you when we're taking this for a little test drive. You guys want a little razor putting around the property today, we'll do that.